Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome, everyone. This is Marie Antoinette Waite. We are here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show on KCAA Radio Network. I'm so excited today because we have such amazing guests for you. And just remember that we are here every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time. And we are covering over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles. And we are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. Well, today I have a special guest for you, and her name is Heather Medina. She is a principal architect and owner of ArcDev Studio, an architecture and development firm in San Diego, on the leading edge of the residential density bonus program. San Diego offers developers like Complete Communities Housing Solutions. So let's welcome Heather. Hi, Heather.
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I am really happy that you're here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, we have so many things that we wanted to share to our audience, and one of the things that I am really excited to let them know that you're going to be filming for the Finest Women in Real Estate TV reality show.
That's correct.
So what do you think so far about this project that you're going to come into?
Oh gosh, it's something I never expected, honestly, and then in a small way I kind of did expect it because of where I want to take my business eventually is going to have a philanthropic arm as well, and I had wanted to document it at some point. And so I just feel like all the pieces of the puzzle are kind of coming together, and everything that's meant to be, everything that we've been working so hard for so many years is just finally coming into play. And I just grateful is, you know, probably the best word I could use to describe how I'm feeling right now.
That is so awesome. Well, you know, the first time I met you is at the San Diego Creative Investors Association. And I heard you speak, and you are just incredible with the information that you have shared during that event.
Thank
now,
you.
tell me a little bit about your background. I know you are an architect, but how did it all start for you?
Oh gosh, we're adding ramps to campuses. We're making things accessible for all, anybody that's hearing impaired, sight impaired,
You were
mobility
involved
impaired.
at that time?
Yes.
That early?
Yes, yeah,
Wow.
yes. And so, you know, there was a teenager, a young man there who was probably 15, 16 years old, and I, you know, said, Heather, just give these kids some of your time. Let's go talk to them because these are the end user for what you're actually doing out here. And one boy in particular was literally in tears because his wheelchair could not make the turn around the vestibule to get into the bathroom. So every day he had to go to the bathroom, he had to be picked up on either side of his wheelchair and carried in by 2 workers, placed onto the toilet, you know, do his business, and then be picked up and carried back to his wheelchair. He had to go to the bathroom in the most undignified manner. And for him to be so affected by somebody who's just going to literally come in and design a bathroom layout that would work for him in his wheelchair really impacted me that day. And no matter how small or large the project is, there's going to be an end user at the end of the day, and we're going to have an impact on somebody's life. And that just really struck me that day, like what I do matters to other people. And so I really, really have to take it seriously, and I really have to put my thought into it and make sure that I'm being considerate of everybody once the final product is out there and built.
Okay. Well, are you the only child in the family?
No. I have a younger brother, I have a half-sister, another whole bunch of other bonus siblings on both sides of the family.
But you are one. How many people are involved in the, you know, being an architect or construction? Because you're saying your dad and your mom are both in construction and real estate.
Yes, they were. They're separated now. My dad went on later on. Him having his contractor's license was really only for personal projects.
Okay.
He actually went on to have an alarm business later on, sold that. My mom, she's no longer a real estate agent, but so I'm really the only one that kind of like continued on in the construction industry. Yeah.
Wow, it's thinking about it, because if you have brothers, I mean, I would assume that they would probably want to get into the construction, but not them. It's you.
No, it's me. Yeah, and you know that's definitely something I faced, you know, more so earlier in my career now than I do now, because in my career at the beginning, I would be the only woman on the job site. I would be the only woman in the office. And then now, you know, it's in the office, it's definitely a little bit more 50-50. And then out on the job site, I'm finding that, you know, usually it's about 10% women out on a job site.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And at that time, probably it's a lot harder to be in that industry as a woman.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, I really would like to learn more about your experience during that time. I mean, being, you know, a woman in the construction or real estate, how was that?
You know, there was challenges. There were definitely a lot of people that you have to prove yourself to,
Okay.
and who will kind of snidely question you or try to test you and see if they could kind of push your boundaries. But that's not everybody. I don't want to paint the picture that that's everybody out there. For the most part, it's the sexism that I encountered at the beginning of my career it's not impacting my career today by any means.
So it changed?
Yeah, I would say definitely the culture changed.
Okay.
Definitely on the construction site. And yeah, I used to get people that would come in and just kind of want to bully you over, because as the architect, you're also the owner's representatives, and sometimes with contractors, sometimes not. There's definitely been a whole slew of wonderful contractors that I love to work with, and we can collaborate and have a great working relationship, but there's definitely been a few times where I've been on the job site and they haven't known that I was part of the architectural team, and they're questioning why I'm there, like, oh, is she here to tell me, you know, how to paint the building or something like that, what colors we're going to make it? And I'm like, no, actually, I'm here to run the meeting, and we're doing the kickoff here. And so, you know, but it's just fuel the fire is what it is. It's just fuel, because then it forces you to step up and demonstrate that you are capable of doing what you're doing, and then you wind up earning somebody's respect. And especially nowadays, I go into classrooms, and I've done a program called BEEP a couple times in local elementary schools, and it's really wonderful to see all the little girls in the classroom, especially when they look at you, they're like, oh, women can build, women are in construction, we can do this too. And it just kind of opens up their eyes, because unless if somebody puts it in front of you, you just, you know, you limit yourself. So,
well, let me ask you, can you share one situation where it was very difficult for you to deal with some of the men in the industry, and how did you communicate, or how did you find a way to get your respect from them?
Oh, gosh.
Because what I wanted to do is I want to make sure that the women that are wanting to get into the construction, if they ended up having those kind of problems, I want them to understand how to deal with it, so they don't get afraid or feel like they can't do it.
I think it's just pushing through that fear.
Okay.
Because, you know, inherently, we all have some form of imposter syndrome or another sometime. And it's just believing in yourself and your capabilities. Regardless of convincing somebody else, you might or might not ever convince that person that you belong in this space. But as long as you know it in here, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I know my capabilities. I know what I can do. And it doesn't matter. I don't have to sell anybody else on myself.
Okay, well, what if a good example is, what if someone start bossing you around, and which is, you know, not what you would like to do? How do you deal with that?
You just hold your ground. You just hold your ground.
Okay.
I have definitely been on job sites before where the contractor's walking, or not the contractor, excuse me, the superintendent for the contractor was walking around with the client, and he didn't know that I was around the corner looking at other things, and he was trying to tell the owner, see, look at this horrible detailing, like this is why this joint looks bad, this is why we didn't build this. And then, so I'm just holding my tongue and then just taking it all in, and then you just follow up in a written response, and you just be factual with what that response is. And
Okay.
it's, you know, refer to detail X on sheet XXX, and then clearly you could see that the pieces that were missing in the field and on the building were there on the detail. And you don't try and play the game. You don't try and jump back in and cut them down or show them that you were right and they were wrong. You just be factual. You just highlight the detail. You put it in the email. Here it is. It needs to be installed per plan. That's
Okay.
all.
So it requires a lot of control of your emotions too,
Self-control.
because for women, sometimes it's hard. You know, you get very emotional when you're getting attacked, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. How do you make yourself, you know, very well respected by the people around you, knowing that, you know, you are a woman and you have the ability to do what you need to do in the industry, but sometimes they don't look at you the way they look at other men.
I think you hit it on the head when you said, how do you make them respect you? You just control yourself, and you stick to the facts and let that speak for themselves, and give them enough rope to hang themselves, basically, because they're the ones that are going to make themselves look bad in the long run if they try and throw you under the bus. And just don't play the game of trying to throw somebody underneath the bus. Just be factual, because at the end of the day, it's not about trying to prove somebody right or wrong. It's about getting a building built. And that's my job. I'm there to get a building built.
Okay.
And I'm not there to fight with anybody or prove that I'm better than or anything like that.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a commercial break right now. And I am your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we are here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show with Heather Medina. Don't go away. We'll have more information for you.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
Meet M. Teresa Lawrence, a beacon of hope and transformation whose life's works spans continents. Born in Cuba and celebrated for her philanthropic work, Teresa's journey reflects her dedication to empowering communities globally. Through her Leadership of Play coaching program in Jackson, Wyoming, and literary works like Gloriousness, she encourages a unique approach to leadership, embracing creativity, collaboration, and a childlike wonder for resilient, authentic living. Join her event, the Grand Butterfly Gathering, for a transformative experience where hundreds of people will gather virtually worldwide and on location at the town square in Jackson, Wyoming, dressed as butterflies. This event symbolizes a beautiful connection between nature's harmony and human unity, and is a great opportunity to raise funds and awareness for children's charities worldwide. Visit our website to register for the Grand Butterfly Gathering now, butterflymarch.com.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show, and we are here with Heather Medina. Heather, from our last segment, we were talking about how you were able to handle dealing with the men in the industry. And what I wanted to ask you this time is, in terms of taking the architecture as a career. So can you tell us what your journey is in terms of getting that in, educational, and how you got into the career successfully?
Certainly. So I was not the best student in high school. I didn't get the best grades. I always knew that there was something more inside of me and that I would get there. I just needed to grow up and kind of travel on my own path and get some stuff out of my system. So I went backpacking through Europe and skydiving and all this stuff right after high school. But then once I decided to settle down, I started off in a community college because it just made much more sense to get all the general education done at a community college. Then I earned then I got great grades. I was always 4.0 student on the dean's list, and I applied for Cal Poly Pomona. That was the only architecture school I applied for. And it's an impacted program, so the year that I got in was 2003. There was 1,400 people who had applied, and they had taken 70 of us. So once you got in, you felt like you had won the lottery ticket. And the pathway forward to becoming an architect, it's pretty much going to be almost the same. It just depends upon what type of school you go to, if it's accredited or not accredited. And if it is accredited, then you get to count that education as part of your time. It's a 5-year degree. It's not a 4-year degree.
Okay.
And if it's not accredited, then you just have to spend more time doing internship hours to get to that point. So after you graduate, you have to work for, it's something like the equivalent of 3 years. You have to earn what they call intern hours. Even though you're not really an intern anymore, you're actually working for a firm. You're taking on all these roles, but they want to make sure that if you, like doctors, lawyers, architects, when we're getting licensed, you have the health, safety, welfare of the public that you have to keep at the forefront of your profession and your everyday life and how you treat what you do. So you have to get about the equivalent of 3 years in, working in all the different areas of a project. You might be in pre-design, you might be in schematic design, you might be going through bidding and negotiation or taking things through plan check so they want you to have a breadth of experience.
Okay.
So you have to get all of these hours in. And then beyond that, you have to take the AREs, which is the Architectural Registration Exam. And there's 6 national exams that no matter where you're at in the country, you have to take these 6 exams. 6 exams. And then
compared to real estate, I only had to take 1 test.
Well, and then some states, California is one of them, we have a supplemental exam also, because California has some special issues that we have to look at. We have seismic, we have a whole variety of different environments that would make it to where we would have to treat a building differently in one location versus another location. So in total, it was 7 exams total, I can tell you that.
So in total, how many years are we talking about?
It takes people usually about 3 years to get through those exams, plus 5 years of your education. So to get from point A to licensed architect, it's usually about an 11-year commitment, no matter which way you slice
11 years?
About an 11-year commitment.
Okay. Now, knowing that, is that something that you think it was really worthwhile, spending 11 years?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got through my exams, I just hunkered down and got focused, and I treated it as if it were there's exams on professional practice, there's exams on project management, there's exams on construction and evaluation, and then there's exams that kind of take you through what you would go through if you were going through a project from start to finish. So like the pre-design phase, the programming phase, the analysis, site analysis, then going into design development where we're now integrating the structural system, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, making sure we don't have structural beams running into ductwork, and how we it's like playing Tetris. It's, you know, if you grew up playing Tetris, you could be an architect easily. And it's kind of like solving a puzzle, which is fun to me. It's very
Does it
relaxing.
attract certain personality of a person to be an architect?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You know, I'm also somebody, I have diagnosed ADHD too. So for me to be able to function in the way an architect has a function, we have to be incredibly organized and very systematic, because the architect is kind of like from the design team. There's always the design team, the owner, and the contractors team. There's those three players in all situations. So from the design team, the architect is kind of at the top of the tier, coordinating all the different engineers and all the different service providers, like the structural engineer, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, Title 24. We might be coordinating with civil, landscape.
That's a lot of people
geotechnical
to be dealing with.
Yeah, but everybody has their own role that they play in it, because it can't just be one person that would know everything. We would never get anything accomplished. So yeah, you have to have these systems in place, and I think people with that type of mentality who can look at chaos and then pull it together, and it's like herding cats. Yeah. It's like glorified herding cats is what it is. So if you can do that, you could be an excellent architect.
Wow. I mean, you know, I am, you know, just with all the information you're saying, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a lot but I think it boils down to your desire of being an architect, and also, you know, helping people build and design buildings. I mean, it is such a different kind of mindset.
Yeah, it absolutely. Well, it's like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You know, it's being able to take the big picture and break it down into smaller, manageable chunks, and that's how you move projects forward. And it's just really that simple. And everybody has their role to play. And there's many more consultants that we might have to have on any given project, just depending upon where the project is, the complexity of the project, and what the project actually is.
Yeah. So what is the biggest project you have done?
The biggest project I've ever worked on, gosh, early in my career, I did a performing arts center for, actually, I think it was Grossmont High School, not too far from here. Was it Grossmont? I don't remember. That was a bigger one. I did a library for an elementary school. Just recently, I worked on 2 affordable housing projects. They were both 100% affordable. Both were in City Heights. One is called City Heights Plaza del Sol, and the other one is called City Heights Place.
Now, how long does it take to finish some of these projects that you're mentioning?
It could be years. Like, easily, the 2 apartment projects, from start to finish, those were about a 3.5, 4-year project. But previously, one of them had to go through entitlements and get permission from the planning department. So that was another couple years on top of that. So it just really depends upon the size of the project, and really it depends upon who all you have to get approval from before you move this project forward.
So how long have you been doing this career?
21 years.
21 years.
Yeah.
And what is your average per year in terms of projects? Because I'm just trying to figure out how busy you are.
Right now we are really busy, and we are getting a lot busier, and that's a good thing, especially in residential. And that's really, residential is where my passion is. Even though I had done schools and institutional work for a long time at the beginning of my career, residential was definitely my passion. Like, I love mixed use buildings where you create these like urban centers where you might have like retail and workspace on the ground floor, and then you have residential up above that.
So how many clients do you work with all at the same time?
Oh gosh, right now, man, I wish I would have done the count before I come here, but I think I have like 13 or 14 different projects going on.
Really?
Yeah. And it's not just me, like I have staff.
You are a mom too, right?
I'm a mom, yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2, and how old are they?
They are 10 and 11, and I did that on purpose. I had them back to back because I didn't want to start over with all the hard stuff. I wanted to get done with the diapers, the bottles, the strollers, the everything, and You're
like
done.
a superwoman.
Well, at the beginning, like, it was really hard because my kids were toddlers, they were babies, and this is where I had gotten laid off in 2012. This was when architecture was plummeting, when the construction industry were at like the very end of the recession. We're all coming out of it, and architecture had a 14% unemployment rate at this time. So I actually had gone back to like bartending and waiting tables just to have some form of income at this time. Wow. And I had both of my kids, and I wanted to get back into it, so I started flipping houses, and I would do my own plans and permit them and get them through the city. And then people would ask me, well, who did your plans for you? And I'm like, well, I did them. Like, my background is in architecture, and it made me sound cool. It made me sound like, oh, she does her own stunts or something like that. Yeah. But so then it just started growing organically, and people would ask me, hey, I'm going to do this remodel. Hey, I'm going to do this. Can you help me with my plans? And so then that just kind of turned into a business. And then I went and started doing bigger things. Once my kids got bigger, I started, really focusing in on, starting up the business and launching it and branding myself and putting myself out there and networking and reestablishing myself. But yeah, one of the first houses I flipped was a druggie hoarder house. And the day one on the property, I was like 8 months pregnant, belly out to here, climbing over piles of trash. And then I went into labor a couple days later, gave birth, and then I'm back out on the job site like a week later with a baby.
Well, you're amazing. I mean, I'm more impressed than.
Well, but now
I'm
it's
more impressed from what I know about you. But after hearing all of these stories, I mean, you're incredible, Heather.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's just amazing with all the lows and ups of your life. You still was able to come up with a strategy. But we're gonna take a commercial break right now. Don't go away, you guys. This is so awesome with Heather Medina here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. We will be right back.
Meet M. Teresa Lawrence, a beacon of hope and transformation whose life's works spans continents. Born in Cuba and celebrated for her philanthropic work, Teresa's journey reflects her dedication to empowering communities globally. Through her Leadership of Play coaching program in Jackson, Wyoming, and literary works like Gloriousness, she encourages a unique approach to leadership, embracing creativity, collaboration, and a childlike wonder for resilient, authentic living. Join her event, the Grand Butterfly Gathering, for a transformative experience where hundreds of people will gather virtually worldwide and on location at the town square in Jackson, Wyoming, dressed as butterflies. This event symbolizes a beautiful connection between nature's harmony and human unity, and is a great opportunity to raise funds and awareness for children's charities worldwide. Visit our website to register for the Grand Butterfly Gathering now, butterflymarch.com.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show on KCAA. And remember, we are always here on Sundays at 3 o'clock p.m. Let's get back to our guest, Heather. Heather, you are making me so excited about, filming with you on The Finest Women in Real Estate because of all the stories you're sharing with me. Okay, so you in the last segment you shared that you lost your job and you did other things that helps you get through life, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're impressing all these people with your work and creating your own designs, and so now you're totally successful with what you're doing now in the architectural industry. Now, your company, it's a firm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
how many architects are in there?
I'm the principal architect right
Okay.
now, and I have 6 employees underneath me that are all in various roles
Okay.
of either project manager, job captain, production staff. So that's kind of how we're organized right now. I would like to grow. I'm probably looking to hire another architect.
Okay.
And then definitely take on another couple of project managers and job captains, and then get an intern also in there as well, get some junior designers, kind of bring up the next generation
Yeah.
of architects. And
It'd be great for them to be mentored by you.
yeah, and I think, you know, the unfortunate thing that happened during COVID was, gosh, that was so hard. The business did not grow during COVID. The only thing I worked on were the 2 apartment buildings, because at that point, like, I had to be a homeschool mom, the cafeteria lady. Like, my kids were kindergarten or TK in first grade when COVID started, and then by the time they went back to school, they were kindergarten and second grade. So, I mean, I was still wiping butts at that point. Now it's much easier. My kids can wipe their own butts for sure. But
Okay, that's being a mom.
yeah, it's being a mom. Yeah, and really, you know, to have my own firm and to be a business owner has something I've always known I was going to do, because I wanted to be in control of my schedule. I'm always a mom that I can be there for my kids' field trips. I can be there for their class parties. I can be there for my kids. I pick them up from school. And there's definitely been times that, like, I've had to take them to job sites with me,
Yeah.
and they, you know, get their own little hard hat, and I've taken them to the building department with me, and, like, you know, just bring some papers to color on. And sometimes it might work out because the people working the counter at the building department, they're like, oh, we got to get this woman through here.
Okay.
Yeah,
So how does that work with your family structure? What's the family structure? Are you married?
Yes, I am
okay.
married, yeah.
So how long have you been married?
I have been married, let's see, this is 2025, so it will be 14 years in July.
14 years. So here's one thing that I wanted to understand too, because a lot of successful career women, their husbands sometimes have trouble with that. How does that work with your family?
Well, my husband is in architecture also. We met in
Okay.
college, so he
understands.
He understands the job. So I think, yeah, if he didn't have that background, it would probably be more problematic for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But we both get each other when it comes down to, like, okay, I had to deal with this today at a job site. We're dealing with the exact same stuff.
Yeah.
So we just both understand that. And
That's amazing, because I know it's hard for some women that are married, and when they have such a demanding job, it put a strain in the marriage. And so at least your husband is, totally,
yeah.
he totally gets it.
Yeah, and he had actually gotten laid off. I mean, this was back when the economy just took a dive. He had gotten laid off not long before I did also. We learned that it was not wise to have 2 people of the same profession under one roof, because when one sector of the economy is hit, like, we are really hit, financially. So
But you guys manage it.
Yeah, he actually does hospitals and labs now. He works for another firm, a big firm that does that, and then I'm in residential and commercial. So we're on 2 opposite ends of the sector. So
Yeah.
if one side of the economy takes a crash, then we have the other one to fall back on. And what we learned also is that not all sectors of the economy crash at the same time. And every sector has its own sine curve. So, residential might be doing great, and then residential starts to plummet. Then right behind that, you might have infrastructure, you might have commercial that to serve all the residential you just built. So you've got, like, the people putting in malls and restaurants, and that has its
Okay.
own curve right behind that. And then you might have schooling and other facilities to service these people. So every sector has its own sine curve, and they're all kind of like one right behind the other as you go along.
So would you consider yourself an expert in the market?
I've definitely learned by the school of hard knocks. That's for sure.
Okay.
and that's one of the reasons why, I mean, we are an architecture firm, but where I want to take the business is the architect as developer as well. And that's a whole other business model. There's actually 3 phases to the business. There's the architect who's taking on clients, working on projects for the clients. Then the second phase is going to be the architect as developer, where we are creating our own projects, and we're not out there like begging for a client when the economy does take a dive. We can shift gears and go create our own projects. So that's kind of more of the investor side of me. And then the third phase is going to be the philanthropic arm. I want to take everything that we've gone through. I mean, at the same time that we had both lost our jobs, my husband's oldest child had cancer, had stage 4 neuroblastoma. My daughter was actually born preterm. Both my kids were born preterm, but my daughter had issues. She had gag, spit, swallow reflex issues. And so she spent 10 days in the NICU. And that was the most broken moment in my life, like having to be discharged from the hospital and come home without my baby. Hyperventilating out in the front yard, like breaking down, I'm hormonal, I had postpartum depression during this time. And then when my mom was when my daughter was 3 months old, my mom also was diagnosed with breast cancer. So it was just all of this stuff crashing down on us at once. And we had both lost our jobs. We couldn't pay our bills. Here we are, 2 college graduates getting our water shut off. And it was all kind of fuel to the fire, because I always knew I was going to be a business owner. I am a fighter. Come hell or high water, I will claw my way out of something. Go. And that was really the time in my life that I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be begging for a job. I am going to create my own destiny. I'm going to control my fate. And that's when I started to build a business, started to do what I was doing, and it was just fuel to the fire. And now where we're at with the philanthropic arm, it's called On Track. And about 5 years ago, I bought the rights to the website, and I designed like a concept logo for it. And I want to take all of that we've been through and help other people get their lives back on track, really. And architecture and construction is definitely the avenue, the outlet by which we are going to do that. So I want to help people and synthesize all of this information, the mortgage brokers, the assessors, the credit repair people, the construction aspect of it. How do we maybe build a few ADUs in the backyard to help supplement income for somebody, and just make an impact in this world.
Wow. So I can imagine how when you help your client, you're kind of covering every part of what they need to do to make it successful. So you're not just coming in as an architect, you're also providing different resources and creating more information, valuable information.
Yeah.
So take us to that process.
I really pride myself on checking off all the wish lists somebody might have. No matter how small the lot is, no matter what it is, even if there's kids in the family, I'll go talk to the kids and be like, okay, what's your dream bedroom look like? And one kid says, I want a little nook for my arts and crafts, or another kid says, I want this so I can play my music or something like that. And when I do floor plans, like for private homes or something like that, I don't just put like bedroom 1, bedroom 2. I'll put like so-and-so's bedroom. Like I'll put the kids' names on the floor plan, and they're like, oh wow, that's my room right there. So
it creates that visual.
So I'm always looking at things holistically. How can I design this house to bring down construction costs? And there's definitely tricks to that as well. How can I design this to make sure that I've checked all the boxes and everybody's wish lists? And to me, it's fun. It's like playing Tetris again. It's like solving a problem. It's synthesizing all this different information and pulling it together, and there's a solution. There will always be a solution at the end.
Love it. Oh my gosh. I hope the audience are hearing all of this, that, they should be going after you. I mean, this is so incredible what you do and all the experience that you've shared with us. It's just so amazing how powerful you are, and how strong you are as a woman in the industry. taking on this, this industry with, a lot of men around you, but you come in, shining and helping so many people and having your own company. I mean, this company that you're bringing in more people and you're going to be helping them be better in the industry. I mean, how do you feel about this whole thing that you have done so far, all this accomplishment?
Grateful. Really just grateful and humble at the same time, because I get up and I look at my life and I'm like, wow, this is the life I get to live. And this has always been inside of me. Like ever since I was a kid, I knew I was going to be an architect. I knew I was going to build. I knew I was going to be a business owner. And it's not something that's easy to do. It definitely takes a lot of grit and discipline. But just the fact that I feel like whatever burning passion you have inside of you, if it's still there, it's part of your journey, and you will get to that part of your journey at some point in your life. Does that mean that you don't have to put the work in? It's just going to fall on your lap? No, but the resources and the steps that you need to get to, they will become clearer and clearer.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I want to hear more, and we have one more segment with you, Heather. So everyone out there, don't go away. This is so beautiful with Heather Medina. This is A Fabulous Lifestyle. I am your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and don't go away.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
Meet M. Teresa Lawrence, a beacon of hope and transformation whose life's works spans continents. Born in Cuba and celebrated for her philanthropic work, Teresa's journey reflects her dedication to empowering communities globally. Through her Leadership of Play coaching program in Jackson, Wyoming, and literary works like Gloriousness, she encourages a unique approach to leadership, embracing creativity, collaboration, and a childlike wonder for resilient, authentic living. Join her event, the Grand Butterfly Gathering, for a transformative experience where hundreds of people will gather virtually worldwide and on location at the town square in Jackson, Wyoming, dressed as butterflies. This event symbolizes a beautiful connection between nature's harmony and human unity, and is a great opportunity to raise funds and awareness for children's charities worldwide. Visit our website to register for the Grand Butterfly Gathering now, butterflymarch.com.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Well, Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite, and we have Heather Medina here, who's been amazing. What a powerful woman, Heather. I mean, your stories, your accomplishments, it's so inspiring for a lot of people. And I am so excited that you are doing the Finest Women in Real Estate TV reality show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, so how do you envision your participation with the TV reality show?
I think I just want to really put the lifestyle out there, really, for anybody that might be thinking of going into the same profession. Besides architecture, there are several different paths that you could take if you want to ever get into the construction industry. There's a lot of different paths, and I think if we can open up people's eyes to that, because the built environment, I mean, you think about anything like this mic stand, this tablecloth, this table, somebody had to sit down and design it. Everything takes design, so there's always an avenue into that. And I think, especially for little girls, especially for women who might want to get into this, and people who have the passion to be an entrepreneur also, that you can be a fantastic mother and an entrepreneur. You can wear both hats. And actually,
it is possible.
It is possible, yeah. And actually, you inspire your kids, because, I mean, I see my kids now, like both of them, they have hearts of gold, and they really, really want to help people, and they have their own little unique ways that they want to do that, and they know what mommy's passion is and what drives mommy, and I just hope that I'm setting a good example for them. So I would really just want to showcase that, and also just San Diego is just such a beautiful place to be in, and we're really fortunate down here because there are a lot of density bonus programs where we can get more units than what we would have been previously allowed to do. It's pretty progressive down here, and for some reason I always knew I'd wind up in San Diego. I've always wanted to live here.
San Diego is beautiful.
It's beautiful. I love big cities, and I love beaches, and when the two make a baby, here we are. We're in San Diego.
And there's more things happening in San Diego, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities.
Projects.
Lots of projects, lots of opportunity. We already have the ADU bonus program down here, but the other one that we have that's just, I mean, unheard of is Complete Communities Housing Solutions. And to me, that's like near and dear to my heart because, it's residential, but it's residential with a heart. Like it allows the developers to come in and do what they need to do and make a profit and then, turn it back over. But then it also allows for affordable housing, family-friendly housing that keeps San Diego not just becoming like such a segregated place where we're pushing families out that might not be able to afford to live here. So it keeps the diversity of San Diego, and I just love this area. Love being able to do these types of projects, especially residential.
Okay, well, I want to, give you this opportunity to talk to our audience and, give your best word and advice to them in regards to people that wanted to be in the architectural industry, and also if they wanted to even use you as, to help them with their projects.
Certainly, thank you. Well, we have a website. It's www.archidevstudio.com, and that's ARCHIDEV studio.com. You can find me there. My phone number, I don't know if I should my personal phone number is 619-541-1140. Send me a text and we'll take a look at your project, and I'm always happy to sit down over coffee or whatever over the phone and take a quick look at a piece of property with you and give you my 2 cents on it. Anybody wanting to get into the construction or development industry, just it's mindset, honestly. I mean, we could have a whole other segment on just mindset alone. Being very intentional with your day and setting yourself up for success. I mean, just the simplest of things. Like, I mean, beyond being an architect, like I go to the gym twice a day, 7 days a week.
Okay.
And, self-care is very important, and it also keeps my head clear and focused and being able to take on what I take on. So little things like you put your gym clothes out at the night before, you have your water and everything set up ready to go. So it's just setting yourself up for success, being intentional with your day. And we could have a whole other hour conversation with the systems and, my morning routine is sacred to me. I get up every morning and before I even hit like 5 a.m., I journal. I have a section on gratitude, because if you write down like 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for from the day before, you'll go about your day looking for things to be grateful that day too.
Okay.
And then I do like self-reflection, and then I set my intention for the day, like what are my daily tasks going to be to move the needle forward on business? What do I need to do to move my projects forward? All of this before the kids and the chaos and all that is going on. And then I go work out, and then I get back to the house, and then by that time my kids are getting themselves up and getting ready for school. It's much easier now, like I said.
That's
they can
awesome.
kind of self-propel now. So
can you please repeat your phone number just in case, if a company wants to work with you, I want to make sure that they can get a hold of you.
Certainly. It's 619-541-1140.
Okay, perfect.
Or go find us on the web, and there's a contact form on there, which will come through to our email, and we'll set up an appointment.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, Heather, for being here. And to all our listeners and whoever is watching our videos or podcasts, make sure that you tune into KCAA Radio Network. And we are also on all of your favorite streaming channels. We are available on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, under Building Solid Foundation's channel. Just make sure you subscribe to Building Solid Foundation. And if you wanted to connect with Heather, be sure that you take the number that's on the video. Again, it's all the information are going to be there. Her website and phone number are going to be available to you. If not, give me a call. My name is Marie Antoinette Waite, and my number is 619-453-4664. And thank you for tuning into our show, and we will see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Heather.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
The most diversified radio station on the dial, KCAA.